Ranger six shooters.
Six shooters, Excalibur. Baseball has cheerleaders now?
Yeah. Setting the stage for this woman, the #1 contender for the AEW Women's World Championship.
Look at those names. Those are people, I believe, that she has defeated. I talked to Mercedes for a minute earlier. She told me she had a little surprise on the train that's the back of her rope. The six shooters helped her. Well said, Taz. Excellent. CEO. Hey, you guys have to admit, I mean, I know she's got more than enough titles, but this is an entrance of a star. As a matter of fact, both entrances will be entrances of a star. We are so fortunate to have such a great... Every time you're in the middle of a sentence, you're reminded the pyro should store. I know how it timed it right. Right at the beginning of the final. Well, she's draped in gold, Mercedes is. Maybe that's a sign that she, in her mind, Excalibur, is going to capture that Women's World Championship over Toni Storm.
Yeah, perhaps some confidence being shown by the challenger.
Look at the rope.
I see the robe, the names of those that have fallen behind Mercedes Moné since she arrived here in AEW.
24 of them. Oh.
Mercedes covered in gold while she enters, but will she leave with the most important gold of all?
Look at her. A woman out of time. A relic, a rumor. A railroad out of track. Time did not forget her, it just waited. Time waits for no man, but the right woman can bend it over. She's no longer who she was. She is what time made her. A specter of the squared circle. But even ghosts deserve one last ovation. If we should all be forgotten, let's make the last memory a good one. The place? Texas. The time? Right on schedule. You've just stepped into the Timeless Zone!
it official. Let's send it down to the ring. And the Dapper Yapper, Justin Roberts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first match of your triple main event set for one fall is for the AEW Women's World Championship. Introducing the challenger from Boston, Massachusetts. She is the TBS champion, the CEO, Mercedes Moné. And her opponent, accompanied by Luther from Stage 7 at Warner Brothers Studios. She is the AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm.
It is clear who is the favorite here in Arlington, as our first of 3 main events is set to begin. But just because Timeless Toni Storm is the sentimental favorite, does that make her the odds-on favorite?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, she told the New York Post, he said, I'm not just defending a title, I'm defending my legacy, and I'll do whatever it takes to protect it. Which you got to do, Taz.
No doubt, man, but Moné is a belt collector. She's just won championships all over the world and has a bunch, except this one that's at stake tonight, the big one. Seems a little bit of a feeling out process, you know, strong lockup at first, now a second strong lockup. Jockeying for position. I think that Toni was smelling Mercedes. So
I think she was rubbing her head up against her.
Well, a sniffle.
Champion and challenger part ways, at least momentarily. Elbow tie up again.
As you know, you can feel a lot in a lockup with your opponent. You can feel where their body weight is shifting and whatnot. That's why you'll see that a lot in matches.
Yeah, but Taz, given the way that the hostilities have grown between these two women since Mercedes Moné won the 2025 Owen Hart Foundation tournament, since she earned the #1 contendership for the AEW Women's World Championship, since those hostilities have increased day by day, are you at all surprised as to the slow pace to the start of this match?
A little bit, but both of these ladies, they will play a head game in their matches. Toni more than Mercedes.
I think it's a show of respect. I really do. As much as they've had problems with each other, understandably,
I don't think Mercedes respects anyone on the female or male roster, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion of Mercedes. I mean, I think she's awesome, but I don't think she respects any, and that's fine. I think that's
Harris
okay.
made into a pinning predicament here, Mercedes.
You're not here to respect people. You're not here to be friends with people. You're here to make money.
A roll up by the challenger.
And when you win titles, you make more money.
Mercedes back at it. Arm drag, no, rolls through. Good for the statement maker, but Toni Storm did a good job of getting her hip underneath.
She did, to kind of alleviate a little bit of that, but she knows, Storm knows she's got to get to those ropes. But good, quick counter there. Hold on.
Well, she's kind of deserved that, hasn't she?
Do tell.
Well, I think so. I mean,
all right.
In Toni's opinion, Mercedes may be deserving a little more than a spanking, but now changing direction by the champion. Drop kick. Catching Mercedes Moné off guard.
well, Toni Storm's going to take flight.
Oh, Mercedes. Ducks under.
Toni Storm, she's doing her Mercedes dance. She's a great actress, Toni Storm. She's timeless, damn it. Luther, what a carny he is.
Steadfast butler of timeless Toni Storm.
It's nuts, too.
Oh, hip attack. Sends Mercedes to the outside. Toni Storm bringing the challenger.
Oh, teamwork. Wait a minute. What the hell's going on here?
Luther taking a run.
Oh, God.
And Mercedes taking a ride.
Just give an assist to Luther. Sketchy man.
Well, they say trust your butler.
No, I don't trust mine, but that's a whole nother topic.
Timeless Toni Storm with the advantage. Mercedes Moné, the challenger. Oh, wait a second, spoke too soon. As Mercedes answers Toni Storm, the kick to the face. Oof. Oh, Mercedes using her flexibility. It's a great result there in Luther. Oh, meteor to Luther!
Boy, and that brought the booze out, didn't it?
People love Luther now. He's a bum. He's a damn bum, Luther. Oh, I don't like Luther. I'm with Mercedes on this.
Wait a second, Mercedes. As we take a look at what just happened, Mercedes now onto the bell table, picked up the AEW Women's World Championship. A bit presumptuous, if you ask me.
My title!
No!
Oh, belt ended up on my lap.
Okay.
And hit me in the
Mercedes,
bag. I'd have been gone.
her spine ended up on the edge of our announce desk.
Good thing I'm wearing a cup.
Luther's got to be helped off while all this goes on.
My voice might sound like Shivani soon. Oh.
Toni Storm in the grips of Mercedes, sunset flip powerbomb. And, whoa, both feet full bore into the face of Toni Storm. And now Mercedes, sunset flip bomb, that one into the buckles.
Ended up like a buckle bomb. Back of the head of that middle turnbuckle.
Now Mercedes on the hop, sliding in between, bringing the champion out, and the power bomb on the floor. Mercedes greeted once again by a chorus of boos as she now mocks AEW Women's World Champion timeless Toni Storm.
Well, you can't get mad at Mercedes. I mean, we saw Toni, she was mocking Mercedes. I mean, what's fair is fair, right?
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
Referee Aubrey Edwards giving the champion,
Well, both of you guys are really making me mad on this call tonight.
and the champion a count on the floor. Now Mercedes, knowing that she has to beat Toni Storm inside the ring to claim that AEW Women's World Championship.
Big advantage at the moment for sure for Moné. But she can't get too confident with someone like Storm.
Just listen to these fans.
Now the hair mare, if you will, taking Toni Storm down again and again. Now Meteora, only one leg captured, and you saw Toni Storm, Taz, pumping that right leg to generate enough leverage to kick out.
That's exactly what she did to get that momentum. Now her head is all scissored up, Toni, by Moné here. It's a really hard hold. So you can keep your opponent down for a bit.
Mercedes saying give it up, but I don't think Toni is, and I think the fans realize that as well. Not at this part of the match.
Wait, Toni Storm escapes the head scissors now into a waist lock.
Potentially a German suplex.
We've seen how dangerous Toni can be with those German suplexes, but Mercedes reverses. Oh, Toni went face first in that middle ring rope. And a German suplex from Mercedes Moné.
Not a bad idea. Toni Storm rolling to the ropes as well. Well, maybe it was a bad idea. Oh, I thought maybe she was going to try to get out of the ring.
Now cover made. 2. And Toni Storm kicking out, but not a lot of force on that kick out.
Yeah, well, it's been dished out a lot of punishment. Moné has dished out a lot of punishment onto Toni Storm, so I get it.
This match feeling like a chess match interspersed with moments of intense physicality like we just witnessed.
Nice press right there. Mount position.
Right hands raining down. Toni Storm perhaps on the verge of regaining the advantage. Sky high. 1, 2.
Barely kicked out, but Moné able to pop that shoulder up.
Toni Storm showing her first really bit of anger here in this matchup. She was right on top of Mercedes.
We've seen. Oh, wait a second. Fisherman suplex. The leg hooked. And Mercedes able to kick out. We've seen timeless Toni Storm kind of processing, going through the emotions because of the head games that Mercedes Moné has been playing. Not only head games, but physical games. As we see Toni Storm get this impact.
Yeah, that's rough. Maybe going again for the same deal. Good counter. Attacks that left arm, does Moné.
Perhaps in service of a statement maker still to come in this match. And now the lateral press. Toni Storm kicks out, and
nice transition right there by Moné.
Doesn't have Toni Storm completely flat, but still has the 2-on-1 grip on the wrist of the champion.
Yeah, strong key lock on the arm. So you got it right now. If you are Toni Storm, you got to try to turn Moné to her back, pivot your weight like that.
Toni Storm into a pinning predicament, and now Toni Storm almost flattened out.
Yep, it's a version of a tilt for those amateur wrestling fans, but now, like to your point, I mean, Storm is flattened out, so it's more difficult. And looks like Moné, I'm looking off, there you go. She's really working on a joint manipulation of the fingers.
I mean, attacking not just the fingers, but the wrist, the tendons in the arm, and now, snapping back the arm of timeless Toni Storm.
While she had the left arm hammerlock with her foot.
And now the champion quickly finding herself behind the 8 ball.
Tough hold on your shoulders, tough hold to get out of. I've been in this hold. It doesn't look real technical, but it's a brutal hold, and it's not easy to get out of. Your opponent's trying to stay behind you the whole lot.
Toni Storm using a hip attack from a standing position and a backbreaker.
Trying to use what she knows best, and that is, as you said, Excalibur, the hip attack. It kind of got her the advantage back here.
Ed says it right there.
Wait, yeah, reversal.
Momentarily.
And
Tommy maybe here. Yeah, she's got it.
Toni Storm clasping the hands together, trying to prevent the full extension of her arm by Mercedes Moné.
And rolling with her as well, rolling towards her.
That's the key to alleviate the pressure on your own bicep when you're caught in a Juji-Gatami.
But Mercedes kicks the legs, flattens out Toni once again. Toni desperately trying to cling on to her own fingers, her own hand to prevent that full extension, because we've talked, Taz, at length about how it damages not just the elbow, but the potential bicep, tricep.
It will definitely tear up your bicep when it's really locked to Juji.
Mercedes latching on tight to the arm, and now underneath the rope. Toni Storm, catapults Mercedes throat first into the bottom rope.
That's a great job by Toni Storm, taking advantage of the positioning in the ring. That was really well done.
She used the ring as a weapon, and the ring is a weapon.
Taz, it would not be an AEW event if we didn't point out that those aren't actually ropes. It's a misnomer. Those are high-tension steel cables.
Correct. It's a lot tighter than a standard rope ring.
A counter by Mercedes for her version of the three amigos, excuse me.
And she's getting booed for it.
Well, I think understandably so here in Texas, Taz.
Well, sure. I mean, she came out in a low rider. You know, when you see that in pro wrestling, you think of the late great, my old friend Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat. So who's from Texas, but right now Mercedes, and like it or not, she is in complete control. Storm's not moving.
Eddie Guerrero, the man that inspired Mercedes Moné to become a professional wrestler, a man who won championships with the frog splash, but it was not meant to be for the CEO.
Oh, cradle.
Oh, it's like cradle. The big package. No, Mercedes able to kick out. There's that German suplex for the champion.
Well done on that throw. Another one here.
Second, yeah, you can see how Mercedes' head was whipping back.
Whole body contorted too on that second throw. Got to break the grip, Mercedes. Break that grip she's got.
Whoa.
Trying her best. How about that? Pair of elbows.
Yeah, but see, you can elbow someone in the face or do whatever. Right. You're not attacking the grip. You know, it's easy to say sitting here, not in the ring. You know, it's tough to break that throw.
Mercedes in trouble with the hip attack, guys. Watch out.
Hip attack. Storm 0.
That's going to be it.
1, 2, throw. No.
Not much in that kick out. Storm can't believe Mercedes kicked out.
No, you're right, Taz. She just raised both hands up in the air and got out of it.
Yeah, that was some hip attack. You just saw Moné's face get blasted.
Been waiting a long time to see this match, and I thought that was it right there. But look at this, arms up.
Like barely.
Wow.
Not even the kick up. It was enough for the referee to stop the count.
Sure.
Yeah, enough to break contact of the shoulders with the mat by Mercedes Moné, and now for that TCM chicken wing, it's in tight, and it is in the center of the ring, Taz.
Oh, Moné might be done here. That is in real tight. That's a tough hold to get out of. She's fading. Mercedes is fading. She's attacking the grip. Smart to break the grip and biting.
Just using any and all to escape from the grip.
Well, it's not the most technical thing, but in the street it works. Well, not in the street, but she wants to win the AEW Women's World title, so I respect what Mercedes did.
Mercedes.
Oh, God.
Tombstone.
No. Nope. Timeless Toni Storm reverses. Having a bit of fun, and Mercedes now turning the tables on the champion. Ankle lock is cinched in.
Yeah, she's got it all laced up too, Mercedes does. It's like being caught in a bad trap. And when you're on the mat, it doesn't matter if you outweigh someone or not. When you have a hold on like that, you alleviate any kind of power or strength advantage they might have.
But Mercedes,
well, she went to this standing ankle lock. I would have stayed where she was if I was Mercedes.
Standing ankle lock. Toni Storm again. Waist lock. Mercedes trying to recover. 2 consecutive elbows, but Toni Storm answers one of her own.
And there's the fans there behind Toni Storm here. You can hear it.
Oh, Mercedes, the knee, the headbutt, and champion and challenger alike fading here under the heat in Arlington.
So much anticipation for this match, so much build-up, and these two girls are leaving it all in the ring right now. And I don't think we talk enough about Toni Storm's strength or power.
Yeah, she is excellent regarding the strength deal, and she's smart regarding when she does a strike. That headbutt was perfectly done. And both these women are spent out here. They're leaving it all out here.
And
Taz, Women's World titles on the line, yes.
It's not just about the fatigue, the damage sustained inside the match. It's about everything leading up to this event, not just between Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné. It's about the travel. It's about the rough nights when you can't get to sleep when you need to. It's about not being able to recover. It is about Mercedes Moné rolling up Toni Storm and Toni escaping.
Wow. Barely. I believe Storm might have some blood coming out of her nose, maybe her mouth.
Oh, wait a second. 1, 2. Toni Storm able to kick out, but Mercedes again. Now Moneymaker, the cover, 2, and whoa!
Moné can't believe it, Giovanni.
We saw that succession of pinning attempts by Mercedes Moné. I mean, to my mind, that brings back how she beat Chris Statlander, how she beat Athena, and how she beat Jamie Hayter in the finals of the 2025 Owen Hart Foundation tournament.
What a moment we're having right now. Take a look at this great counter here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I think there's some blood coming out of the nose. If there wasn't before of Storm, there might be now. Maybe it's a mouth. I'm not sure. I thought I saw a little bit. I could be wrong. It's rare, but
Oh, yeah, that is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Bloody nose, potentially broken.
We are taking a look at two of the greatest women wrestlers I've ever seen. Oh, wow. In an electric atmosphere.
Wait a second. Toni Storm picking out double underhook. Toni. 1, 2.
Man. That had the crowd going. They thought it was over too, Excalibur.
You see frustration boiling over, not just on the face of the challenger, but the champion as well. Do you think, Taz, that on some level Toni Storm knows that she's in a bit of trouble? She needs to end it as soon as possible.
I definitely think that's the case regarding what's going through Toni's mind. Snap suplex. Oh, nice.
Wait a second, Mercedes counters.
Got a double wrist lock, just about.
Back to the arm.
I want to get a hold of her other wrist, but it might be tough because she's in there tight, meaning there it is. That'll work. It's a version of a double wrist lock.
Yeah, Mercedes the grip high up on the forearm, but now Toni Storm, if she were to tilt forward a little more, she could get Mercedes in a pinning predicament, but instead carrying the weight of the challenger.
There's that strength, Shivani, you mentioned about Storm.
Absolutely, core strength as well. I mean, she's just a powerful lady. Oh! That'll change the complexion of this match.
Especially what's going on with her nose, if it's broken or whatnot.
Mercedes for the knees, off the ropes. Toni Storm avoids. Now underneath. Oh! Toni Storm! 1, 2! Oof. Wow, Toni Storm, where did she pull that one out from?
Yeah, I mean, last time I'd seen someone do it like that, something like that was Minoru Suzuki. Similar type, a little bit different. Storm did it.
Yeah, almost, I think, into a cutter. Suzuki typically does his into a choke.
Correct, right, into a choke. I remember seeing him do it a couple times. I'm not sure I've ever seen Toni Storm do that, guys. Maybe you have. I don't remember her doing that.
Our first of 3 main events, a hotly contested match for the AEW Women's World Championship.
It's been a big build up to this one, there's no doubt, but it's been worth the wait. Two of the greatest I've seen in the women's division.
Backstabber, and now for statement maker. But you see Toni, her arm is free.
Yeah, it's not that she's, in essence, it's a side headlock, but it's tight. And it's tight. I mean, she's in tight. Her hip is nice and flat, meaning Mercedes, and her weight, her upper body weight is leaning into the ear
Of a Toni.
Of Storm. Oh, nice counter out.
Toni making a statement of her own here, center of the ring.
She's got a good grip on. Look at the face of Mercedes here.
As now Mercedes trying to roll to the ropes, trying to force the break. Or no, she rolls away
to the rope for momentum to get out of the hole.
But perhaps too much momentum as the Storm Zero. A second Storm Zero.
Oh, God, this is bad.
A third.
No. That's got to be it.
1, 2, 3.
How in the hell did she get out of that?
That Moné is tough as hell. Shows you how bad Moné wants to be the AEW Women's World Champion.
Composure now for Toni Storm is the name of the game. Do not get rattled. Do not get shaken.
She looks that way though, Excalibur. She looks rattled after that.
Ain't no doubt about it. Toni Storm is. She's like, damn, I left it all out there with those, just driving her on her head multiple times. She's limp, meaning Mercedes.
Toni Storm dragging the challenger to the corner, setting her up perhaps for the hip attack.
No doubt.
Would this be the final act for Mercedes Moné? Oh no, Mercedes, the roll up, 1, 2, and 1. And I think Mercedes may have had a grip bottom rope. Aubrey Edwards didn't see it. Her eyes were on the shoulders. Oh, wait, now! Statement maker!
Don't have a lock. Toni's preventing her hands from locking.
Toni Storm got out of that small package, a move that she's won many matches with, including the world title.
Good quick transition.
Oh, here we go.
STF.
Wow.
STF is Toni Storm trying to make that army crawl to the bottom rope.
Yeah, hard hold to get out of. You got to get to that bottom rope. Storm knows it.
As a Toni fighting.
Crucifix. 1, 2, no. Mercedes to her feet. Toni Storm to hers. Mercedes escapes, backstabber.
Got it more in the lower back that time.
But hip attack from the champion.
But now she's got to bring Mercedes in to cover.
I think that Storm is going to bring her in, Shivani, just not the easy way.
Not the easy, no.
Mercedes Moné. Oh, wait a second.
This is awesome, guys.
Mercedes a headbutt. Toni Storm. Taz, I'm sure you've identified it. Toni Storm has been breathing through her mouth for...
Oh, now she's using her mouth.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, she has, because of her nose. Oh, God.
Storm! Zero!
Here is your winner, and still AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm.
What a battle these two ladies had. Toughest test to date for Toni Storm. And you got to tip the cap, like her or not, to Mercedes. What a battle.
Well, we just saw two of the greatest wrestlers in the world. And an electric atmosphere. Just lay it all on the line. Again, Toni Storm, just an amazing champion.
But there can only be one victor or victoress of the Tournament Scalper. One winner. And it's the timeless one herself.
The show must go on for your AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm, who in defending her title here tonight has handed Mercedes Moné her first singles loss inside an AEW ring.
She's still the TBS champion. She still has all the gold, all those gold belts that we saw last week, earlier this week, but
she does not have the top prize.
Did not. This one's escaped her. You were right.
Yeah, it was what a battle. What a battle for sure between Mercedes and Toni Storm. And they're checking, the doctors in the ring right now checking on Mercedes Moné. That landing was nasty.
Well, it was like Excalibur said, it was an avalanche. Storm zero.
Mercedes.
Hopefully Mercedes is okay. That's the most important thing here.
Mercedes being attended to by our ringside physician as...
What a battle, guys, for the AEW Women's World Championship, and that was hellacious.
A phenomenal, phenomenal match. And when Timeless Toni Storm won the AEW Women's World Championship for the 4th time, it was in front of her hometown crowd, essentially in Brisbane, just a few miles away from where she grew up in Australia. And now, here on our biggest ever stage in North America, Timeless Toni Storm, in her toughest defense yet, successfully retains